A quote that I live by in life, and one of the first things I look at when I wake up in the morning. It says, "You are the creator of your destiny." All right, early morning and beating the sun up, and I have already completed the meditation just to put my mind in the right place, and now completing the goals, which is what I do on a daily basis, and I've always written them in present tense, and just like to always put the constant reinforcement of this is where I'm looking to go. So let's go ahead and head to the gym and get a workout. All right, so just starting out today, we got shoulders, get the body right is what I like to say it, and then that leads to getting the mind right. So let's go ahead and jump right into it, where we've got some weights here, put some weights on this side, and then also, of course, the other side, and keep everything balanced out. All right, so I still gotta get used to actually working this thing, so we're heading out to the next workout that you see here. Follow me. Already feeling a nice little burn in the shoulders. Get it going, nice blood flowing. Oh, you see the rest of everything that's over there? All right, let's go. All right, so let's get this thing going. So workout is now officially done. Going to hit the showers. Of course, not going to have you follow me in the showers, because that would definitely be not appropriate for this. And then afterwards, I got an investor call at 8 a.m. So we'll see you soon. So while driving, listen to self-improvement content and turn my car into a classroom. That way, I'm listening while learning. One of the little hacks that I like to use, which is what most people use as well, or I would say quite a bit of people use, but that's one thing that has really helped me to, instead of using this as dead time and listening to music or just nothing, learn something. All right, so did just arrive at the community. The office is actually just behind there, and then you actually see the videographer, Andre. We're getting ready to shoot some content in terms of just giving everyone some updates in terms of upgrades that's been made to the community and just some overall walkthroughs. And it is a lovely day today. I just love the wind blowing through my hair. I'm in Indianapolis and it feels like I'm in Florida at this moment in time. So, and then also what you can see here is just back, well, you're not able to see, those are flat roofs. But in terms of all the roofs have been replaced at this community, which is a total of 16 buildings. All right, so we do have a call with an owner in terms of the appointment was set with me, and they expressed interest in selling. So this is a call that I'm gonna have, and on these calls, the main thing that I'm looking to hear for is what is their motivation in terms of selling the property. And that could be common triggers such as they may have just relocated and they're trying to manage the property from afar. They may have inherited it. All these, they may need the capital to do a separate business venture. They may have been on HGTV and saw that, oh, well, it's easy to do, but they actually got into it. It's like, wow, this is a lot more than I had anticipated. So gonna go ahead and get this call here. Let's see, got him on the speakerphone. Hey, Dustin, this is Sterling here, at principal at Sonner Investment Group. Did I catch you at a bad time?
No, this is Tucker. Thanks for reaching out, Sterling.
Oh yeah, for sure. So I know you had spoken with my colleague Vanessa in regards to our interest in your property you have out in Noblesville, and I just had a couple questions. And the first one being is why now the openness in terms of wanting to sell?
Well, you guys are the first ones that actually made a call. I've gotten tons of mailings and stuff like that, but there's not much to that. It's hard to take those serious. But when somebody wants to listen to what you have to say, then I'll answer an inquisition anyway.
Okay, gotcha. And just from my understanding, this is a property that has been converted to multifamily. It's a single family. What's the details on that?
Yeah, it's right. It's kind of an oddball. It's in the historic district of Noblesville, right on the main street that goes into downtown. It's about 5 blocks off downtown there. Actually zoned as a commercial building. The one unit of it had always been a hair salon. I've since removed that tenant. It's still zoned commercial, but I'm planning on converting to all. And then it's got so it's got a total of 5 studio apartments inside of it. But yes, it is externally it looks like just a regular house, but when you get into it, it kind of has chopped it up into 5. Roughly between 400 to 550 square feet per unit.
Got it. And you mentioned that you're getting 700. Is there utilities in terms of you're paying for all utilities?
I do this because it's some of the utilities are just locked in one element. The electric could be broken out, but I just decided to just let me handle it all. That way I can kind of keep an eye on any indications of something going wrong or whatever. Kind of gives me a little insight into it. So I'm in profit around probably around $450 average per unit.
Completely understood. And in terms of an offer, what would be something that would make sense to you to where you would say, okay, well, I'm ready to sell the property, because I want to ensure that we're making the best use of your time.
Yeah, I mean, just off the top of my head, I mean, I'm still in the middle of working it. It's a work in progress still, but for a make me walk away price, I was thinking 200 would be where I'm at.
Okay, and I'm trying to think where the math comes out. We'd have to, of course, figure the breakdown on our side. And yeah, I was looking at it and just trying to determine, so does each resident have their own way in terms of separate areas?
Yeah. So it's a 2-story. So on the bottom floor of the first floor, there's 3 distinct doors for everybody to go in to their unit. And then for the upstairs unit, there's an external access stairwell to get to the 2 units upstairs. But again, so the single stairwell goes up, and then 2 doors split off from there.
Okay, completely understood. So on our side, what we'll do is we'll have to assess and dig into the details on the property. Normally we like the actual purpose of when it was originally built to be multi-family. So that's something that I would have to speak to the team on. A bit about ourselves is we're not here to waste anyone's time. In the event we do come to an agreement on terms, is we own just just under 300 units here in Indianapolis. So had just sold a 46 unit, our team, and 50 unit, and we own 156 unit as well as a 80 unit here in town at this moment. So came across this one and just decided to give you a call.
Okay. Yeah, so I bought it, let's see now, it's been about 4 years from somebody who was pretty much just limping it along. So it's still a little rough for sure. Actually, it's only got it's at 1 occupant right now. I had some left, some I let go so I could make some improvements and get necessary repairs done and things like that. So it's certainly not a turnkey property, but it definitely won't be outside of your guys' realm of capabilities either, I'm sure.
Got it. Okay. Alrighty. Perfect, Dustin. Well, thank you so much for that information. What we'll do is we'll take some time to speak amongst ourselves. I would say, based upon it being all studios, that is with where your current price is, we'll just have to evaluate on our side. Normally we like it to be more of a different mix, but we do like the location. So that's one good thing that we really like to see among some others. So yeah, definitely we'll be in touch, Dustin, and don't hesitate to reach out. This is actually my direct number if you happen to have any questions.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, have a great one. Bye-bye. All right, so now it is lunchtime, and one thing that I often forget during the day, especially when I get into the groove of things, is forgetting to eat. So in the mornings, I have my workout, and then right afterwards, normally I'll just drink a protein shake or even do a green smoothie or juicer. And then after that, I'll eat a protein bar throughout the day, and that'll be pretty much it. Because myself, I like to be a light eater, because I feel when I eat a heavy during the day that my body starts to work on that. So that's just myself personally. And I've got this little super green, whatever you would call it, that's like my go-to, and not affiliated with this company. I actually just like using it. I mean, it's on Amazon, but yeah. So I'll take this and then just put it in some standard water. Keep it simple. And that is my lunch, you guys. So yeah, and other people like to call me a minimalist. One thing is I actually traveled to Dubai. Traveled there for about a week, and all that I packed was just a simple backpack. So that's how simple of a person I am. One backpack, and I had all of my belongings within that. So the simple the better for me, because I feel everything outside of, well, my personal life, I like to keep as simple as possible, because I feel everything else outside of that is complicated, especially business with all the moving parts, the dealing with the team members, aka you can call them employees as well, all the acquisitions, just all the other things out there, and especially the external world too. So that's why I just wanted to go into for you guys.
What they get.
We're gonna just listen to some self-improvement. Guys, ride along with me.
We're so familiar with ourselves that we tend to take ourselves for granted. We tend to minimize what we can accomplish, the goals we can reach, and for some equally strange reason, we believe others can reach heights which we cannot. We tend to overlook the fact that there is enormous undeveloped potential within each of us, a great reserve of talent and ability which we habitually fail to use. There are millions of human beings living narrow, darkened, frustrated lives, living defensively simply because they take a defensive.
And I would say, looking back, one of the things that truly helped me when starting my journey, so I've always had the entrepreneur in terms of going back to my elementary days and middle school days, always hustling in a legal sense, because there was always tons of illegal activity in terms of the environment that I grew up in. But one thing that really did help me when I transitioned from when my mother moved us, both my fraternal brother and I, out from the inner city to the suburbs, had a completely different surroundings, and also when I got into real estate construction, then shortly after that to the investing side, was I keyed in on self-improvement. So focused on my mind and learning and setting the foundation, because there's so many tools, tactics, strategies that you can learn, but if you don't have the right way of thinking and the mindset, none of that in essence works. Just due to, and that's why you see many people that have the analysis paralysis, and that could come from maybe they believe they don't think they're enough, which growing up I had people very close to me that said I wasn't going to amount to anything, and instead of using that as a crutch, I ended up using that as fuel. So these are all the things I just want to share with you guys on my ride along. Let's call this a nice little ride along. And I know I've got the shades that are going on, so you're not able to see my eyes, but sometimes I'll even put these shades on while I'm inside, because I've got a bright future. All right, so we got another investor call, and this property is just over 180 units, and always looking to determine what the motivation is and see how value or how a solution can be brought to that. So let's go ahead and give a call. There we go. Gotta keep the AC on because it's hot here in Indy, but there's a nice little breeze though, which is why I like breezing through my hair.
Please leave your name, phone number, and a brief message after the beep. Thank you.
Hey there, Anthony. Sterling White here, principal at Sonner Investment Group. Did just want to personally reach out to you regarding your property I have here in Indianapolis. I know you had spoken with my colleague Vanessa in regards to our interest in purchasing. This is my direct contact at 317. And the thing is, leave a voicemail, leave a text message, and then also I will have my head of acquisitions follow up with that individual as well, so to hit them from multiple contacts, because one is their hands may have just gotten full, and I am a firm believer that text, if you have someone's mobile number, that is the best form of communication, just due to it's on their phone, they can see a text. And sometimes depending on where things are at, I will actually send a selfie video to the other individual. And these are all the types of things that I do, is really just to separate from the crowd. So, all right, so me and this specific owner are playing a little bit of phone tag. So let me see if I can get them this time around when calling them. All right, here we go, here we go. There we go.
Well,
Hey there, Anthony. This is Sterling here, principal at Sounder Investment Group. Did I catch you at a bad time?
No, it should be okay.
Okay, perfect. I'll make it very brief to make the best use of your time. And yeah, I know you had spoken with Vanessa in regards to our interest in your property you have here in Indianapolis, and just had a couple questions for you to ensure it'd be a good fit.
Okay.
Yeah, so first starting out, why now in terms of the overall interest in wanting to sell?
Well, I mean, your secretary or employee called me. I mean, I thought about selling, but I wasn't too sure yet. So I didn't really think about selling at first, but I thought maybe it might be a good time to get out.
Okay, completely understand. And so with that is, what types of renovations have you made to the property since you've owned it, Anthony? So we could just on our side understand what we would be getting into.
I did all the patios on the property, then fences, we did that as well. I mean, some of the fences are falling down because they only have a lifespan of like 10 or 15 years of wood fences.
Gotcha.
I did the roofs, most of the roofs. There's maybe a few roofs out there that we haven't done yet, maybe like 3 roofs, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's about it.
Okay.
And then, of course, we did the parking lot back in 2008. We get potholes often here and there on the parking lot. We did find another contractor to repave portions of it, though.
Gotcha. And I'm sure you've had other potential or prospective buyers reach out to you, I'm sure. So just curious, why, in terms of, are you reaching out to other people who have reached out to you? Why us in terms of speaking with us? Just curious.
You guys contacted me first. I mean,
Of course.
I mean, I've had other people reach out to me too. But I wasn't too sure about selling it at this point. I'm still debating whether I should sell it or not. I mean, I'm doing okay in terms of property. I mean, I do have a high vacancy rate. It is 25% vacant. I don't have a whole lot of I do have some evictions, but it's not, because our vacancy rate is high. The evictions is not. I mean, if we had 90% occupancy, of course we're gonna have more evictions. I mean, but we only have 75% occupancy, so our evictions is 3 or 4 evictions, I believe.
Understood. And Anthony, what is causing the vacancy to be so high? Are you still getting through repositioning the property, or is it just that little location, that submarket?
It could be the location, but it also, this property is pretty old. It's 1963 to 1964 construction, so there is a lot of updating that needs to be done on the property. I'm not gonna lie to you about that. That's about it. And plus, we are people coming in through there. We're not getting a whole lot of decent tenants out there. It has to do basically with them either being evicted from somewhere else and they're trying to come to us. But we obviously don't want someone who's been evicted.
Oh yeah, understood. Yeah,
they own another apartment, or they own another apartment community. That could be another reason. Or they don't meet our standards, like income standards.
Got it. Completely understandable in terms of that, and I'm very familiar with that location. I actually grew up around there, so very familiar in terms of that, and I've driven past the property several times, and that's primarily why we wanted to reach out. We own properties nearby. We own close to, I would say 400 units throughout the Midwest that we've purchased within the past 1.5 to 2 years. So we're steadily looking to acquire at this present time, and yours is one that came of interest.
Are you a landlord, or are you just are you a broker?
I am an owner, so
That means you rent. Okay.
Yeah,
so you basically rent out properties to tenants on.
Yeah, correct. Same as
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Same as what I'm doing. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So right now I have. Go ahead.
I've had a bunch of brokers call me saying he was interested, but I wasn't at that time interested.
Okay, completely.
But I was wondering, why are you interested in my property?
Just due to, I had drove past it. The location is something that we have been exploring. Normally we're on the west side and more the south side. However, the east side is something, this property is in Warren Township, correct? I believe it is where it's at. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Okay, and we like township schools, properties that are in township schools. We just have to further dig into that actual location, because there on the east side, it can get very street by street and block by block. So that's one of the things that we're evaluating right now. But primarily is we like the size of the property, the age, and we see that there's still some upside potentially in being able to push up the rents.
Yeah, I mean, our property is, like I said, it's 1963 and 1964 construction. We don't have dishwashers, of course. We just have the regular fridges. We have stoves, electric stoves. The tenants pay for basically the electricity. We pay for the water, the gas removal. That's about it.
Got it. And in terms of when you're looking at these individuals who have reached out to you, whether it's brokers or other buyers such as myself direct, what is it that you would say, okay, I want to move forward with this this individual group?
Well, I haven't really, like I said, I haven't been reaching out to these people. They always call me, and I get letters all the time from people just saying they're really seriously considered until this COVID situation came about, and then I thought maybe I might seriously look into it.
Mm-hmm.
I've had this property for about 20 years.
Did you say 21 years?
My father was involved with since 2000. We've had this property.
Oh, wow. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
And then my father was also, he managed this property also before that, before he fully owned it. He managed it from 1981 until 2000.
Got it.
So we were involved with this property for a very, very long time. We've had issues here and there with the property, but it's nothing really, serious.
Okay, well, I would say on our side, Anthony, did you happen to have the T12 as well as just a rent roll? And then from there, we can do a quick analysis and turn something around to see if we're actually within range to something that would make sense for you.
Where you said T12?
Yes, trailing 12 financials.
Oh, wait, you said the financials?
Correct.
Do you have an interest in how much you want to offer for the property? Idea?
I would say it could be anywhere between 45 to 50,000 on a per door basis.
45 to 50,000?
Yes, per door.
I have 188 units, so you're willing to offer me, let's see, let's suppose it's 50,000, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So you're willing to offer me 9.4 million?
That is correct. However, as mentioned, you're asking me to shoot from the hip. I have no clue in terms of the financials or how the property is actually performing.
Oh, okay, I understand. And how would you 100% finance this property, or?
All right, so come take a walk with me. There we go. Move the camera this way. Like this. All right, so let's go. Going to walk a down unit because be right there, and inside there was the community manager who like arriving at the community and just saying hello to the team, and she happened to just be well, not happen to be, but she is pregnant, so wish her congrats. And I always just like to up that morale of the team because my attitude, I would say, is uppity, so just like putting smiles on people's faces. But we're going to go ahead and head this way, that's just up here, just to check out a down unit. And then there was just a unit that was recently renovated, of which a resident just moved into that one, so it was move-in day for someone, so that's always good news on that. And while I'm doing these walks, also checking out the landscaping. So the landscaping is good. Actually, the grass was just cut earlier today. And the one thing that is a cool story I wanted to share with you all, let me flip this up a little bit, is I remember visiting this apartment community, friends of mine, when I was in my teenage years. Never would have thought that someday I would be owning it. So just wanted to share that story of what's possible, because myself, many of you that do know my story, or you that know my story, grew up on the roughest parts of the city, where people tend to not get out of that type of environment. And if they do get out of it, it's either they go to prison or they commit some crime and they go away for a long time, or death, which would be the worst case in that. So I actually wish I had a golf cart in terms of this long walk that I'm doing. So, but just keep following me. We'll walk. Hello, hello. Hey. Oh, got a cute little dog over there. You can see the dog maybe. There we go. Can you see it? All right, so we just got a little bit more in terms of walking. Did I grab the keys? Yes, I grabbed the keys to the unit. And you're gonna see on this one, it's a little bit outdated. So in terms of our team goes in here, they know in terms of the renovations that need to be completed to get it back up to to be able to push up the increased rents. Just love this nice little breeze that we have here. All right, so it's just up here in terms of the unit. I'm actually gonna take a nice little jog now. All right, here we go, here we go. It's actually this one over here. So there's quite a bit of renovations that are going into this community, such as all the roofs were replaced. In addition to, we're addressing the windows. And all these things were assessed on the front end in terms of what needed to be completed. So let me see here in terms of the unit. All right. Go ahead and walk into this one. So yeah, there's actually a little bit of a smell to this, and just wanted to show you in terms of the upgrades that will be made. One, the first thing is getting that smell out of here. And then secondly is, as you see here, it's an older paint scheme. So what you'll want to do is you'll want to see what the comparable properties are doing, because you're competing in a way, and of course you want to be the one that people are in terms of their go-to. So on this is going to do a two-tone paint scheme, so actually gray on the base, white on the trim. This carpet that you see here is pretty retro, pretty older. It's not a good look, so we're going to end up replacing that. Some of the units we actually have put vinyl plank flooring. Here's the kitchen, maybe a little bit too dark for you to be able to see, but here is going to be repainting the cabinetry, and then the countertops, going to be replacing those, and then I mentioned about repainting the cabinetry, and then installing, we're going to switch and do the black appliances. So yeah, just want to give you those types of updates, but it's all about just at the end of the day, when you are committed enough, you'll figure it out. Because this is one of my top quotes, is creativity follows commitment. Because for this deal in particular, it was 2.7 million in terms of what needed to be raised for the down payment, as well as renovations as well. And I didn't have that money. So what I did was I reverse engineered. My goal was to get to Z. I'm at A. How do I back into being able to get to that? So it's all possible if you're willing to put in the work. It's the steps are very simple, but the most difficult part is the actual execution. So that's why I just want to share with you, but you're willing to put in the work, you have your large enough whys and your goals as your fuel that'll help you push past all of the ups and downs oftentimes that come with entrepreneurship. So just finished that walkthrough. And one thing I always do is, one, I never tell residents that I'm actually the owner when they ask me. And so from that is I always like to separate myself. And then in addition, on top of that is I pick up trash. So it's just the littlest things, and your team sees that I don't know what that was. That your team sees you picking up the trash, then they know they better well pick up the trash as well. And that's just a habit. Even when I'm at others' properties, I pick up trash too. And actually now I've even seen that my daughter picks up trash when we're out and about, when we walk past it. So let's go ahead and throw this away, and gonna go ahead and give a tour of the other community I have here, and just to say hello to the on-site team, and just to check the landscaping and just give a nice drive-by. All right, so we're going to give the tour of Buck Ridge at Southport, which is just 20 minutes away from here. So this community that I'm currently at is on the west side of Indianapolis in a township, so Ben Davis Township, which is, you've got your public schools here in Indianapolis, and you've got your township schools, which are quite a bit better. And then of course you got other like private schools and all that stuff as well. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and check out this other community, and it's a little later in the day, so the team is probably already gone here. All right, so yeah, just truly hope you all have been enjoying the day in the life of Sterling White, which is myself. And yeah, just going into, you know, making the typical day, which is waking up in the morning, always doing the meditation, or always looking to do the meditation. Of course, I'm not perfect by any means. I miss some days. Writing my goals down on a daily basis. I'm definitely consistent with that. Going and also working out, because I'm a firm believer that you get your body right, your mind right as well. And then even throughout the day is constant self-improvement. What am I feeding my mind? Because there's tons of negativity that is out there, and I look to mitigate that as much as possible and get the positive input. And one good book, As the Man Thinketh, actually talks about this, is in essence, getting those weeds out of your mind as much as you can. So that's what I just wanted to share with y'all in terms of mindset. Has been huge and very impactful, especially to you that is watching this on the other end. That is a absolute game changer. And as cliche as many people say it is, when it comes to mindset, I believe those people that actually say that it is cliche, many of the time is they're probably not in a very good mental place, or just living into average land. Of course, everyone has their own ways of living, but I'm just I believe that there is so much out there that is untapped. I mean, the world, and who knows at the end of the day if this is our only life, so why not go out and live it at the end of the day? So all right, you guys, I'll see you on the next one. Now it's officially recording. All right, so now we are officially recording. You got a cool card from your grandmother for your birthday with some money in it.
Yeah, I got it.
Yes, and it's actually good to invest that versus spending. But where shall we go for dinner?
Go for dinner for we should go home.
Let's do some Mexican.
Mexican.
Mexican! And her go-to, well, my go-to is I am in the mood for some fajitas, where they bring it out. It's like, tss. What are you in the mood for? Queso, chips and queso. And what else is your other go-to?
Quesadilla.
You said, what was that word?
Quesadilla.
Quesadilla, so cheese.
Where's the cheese?
And then normally get some cheese. Okay. All right, everyone. Well, that is the, yes, exactly. Enjoy, and we'll be out for the rest of the night. Oh, yes, that is, we'll go tell that person to put a shirt on. But hopefully you all enjoyed the journey throughout the day. We're going to go ahead, turn off the technology, is what I like to say, and spend some quality time. So have a great one, everyone. Enjoy.